All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at exactly what's going on with the market for the coming week. We are also going to take a look at some of the things that transpired this week. We're going to take a look at Exxon, which reported breaking news that they found new oil in Guyana, so that's going to impact the stock, I'm sure. I'm looking at that in a positive light. So we're looking for, possibly calls on Exxon this week. Um, we also have Adobe crashing 12%, which we knew they crashed after earnings, but it just got worse. I think it went all the way down to like 480. So we're going to talk about that, how we could potentially play that. We're also going to talk about how I did for the week, my losses, my wins. We're also going to take a quick look, a preview at the earnings for this upcoming week. We have a couple of hitters. So we have Nike, we have Xpeng, Lulu, we have Micron. So we're going to take a look at that briefly, but I will address earnings in tomorrow's video, Sunday's video, which is closer to the start of the week, which is going to be on March 18th. And we'll go over some of the key stocks that we'll be watching, the ones that we'll be putting alerts on, and the ones that we'll possibly be charting up to see what direction we expect them to go. As far as economic events, we have two major ones this week. We have Powell speaking on Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. He has a press conference. You guys already know once this guy speaks, the market goes crazy. So you want to pay attention to that. That's going to be a triggering event, and you want to ride the wave. Thursday, we also have jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. So this is before market on Thursday. Also, I think this is going to be very impactful. So we have a jam-packed video today. I'll try to make it as quick and as brief as possible. But the goal of the video is always information. So bear with me. And as usual, everything I say in this video is not financial advice. I'm pretty much telling you guys what I'm doing. Do your own research. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Let's get into the video. ExxonMobil recently reported that they found new oil in Guyana. It's off the coast of Guyana. For the week, you could see the stock had a spike here, went all the way up to 112, then kind of trickled back down. So on close on Friday, it was still at 111. In addition to that, Exxon's also reporting earnings soon. So they have earnings coming up. It shows here it will be on April 26th pre-market. So we're about, I would say, a little over a month away from them reporting earnings. So in a situation like this, I'll be looking to get calls on Exxon, and I would probably give myself probably about a month and a half or so away to see the direction that this is going. When you go to the news here, it just says ExxonMobil Guyana today announced a discovery at Bluefin in the Stabroek Block offshore Guyana, the company's first discovery of 2024. The Bluefin well encountered approximately 197 feet of hydrocarbon-bearing sandstone and was drilled by the Stena Drillmax drill ship in 4,200 feet of water. The Bluefin well is located approximately 8.5 kilometers southeast of Saitfin 1 well in the southern east portion of Stabroek Block. Our exploration program continues to improve our understanding of the block's potential to drive viable oil and gas development. The latest find reinforces that we have the people, skills, and technology to safely and responsibly deliver value to Guyana from the country's resources, said President of Exxon Guyana, Alistair Routledge. The Bluefin discovery joins the more than 30 already made on the Stabroek Block since 2015. So this is going to be huge news, and I think it will definitely affect Exxon's stock to the upside. So, like I said before, I'd be looking at calls on Exxon. Another stock or an ETF you would also want to look at is XOP. This ETF pretty much tracks oil and gas exploration. So I would also look at this one as well. Look at the highs, the 52-week highs, look at the lows and set your alerts. And then, obviously, if you get an alert, you want to go ahead and take a closer look, probably throw it up on the chart and then see where, or what direction you want it to go. But I'll be looking, like I said, heavily for this week. I would be looking at XOM and also XOP. Next up, we have Adobe crashing 12% this week. 12% more, I would say, on Friday. Just going crazy. People were making a lot of money on this one too, playing puts, I'm sure. I didn't play any puts because I had funds tied up. But if you were playing puts on this, you made some crazy money. For the rest of the day after it came down, it kind of just hung out like in the 489 to like 492 range. So pretty much you could see it just kind of like consolidated. Usually consolidation like this usually means that it may break either up or down. In a particular case like this, it may break to the upside, but you still want to look at the charts to get an idea of where it's going, and then obviously make your move. You can see here at one point it looks like it was frozen. It says the stock here has recently experienced elevated volatility, and then if you click it, it'll tell you some brokerages are freezing it, blah 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 blah. But it was just sliding. Remember, before earnings, this stock was like, it was what, like 583, right? 580, somewhere around there, 583. So, this is just a heavy slip. When it does go up, you could eat from that too. And we spoke about that already. If we look at it in the charts, here you could see touch, but then the day after earning, when the market opened, it had this huge gap. You see that gap right there? It came down to here, and then didn't really go any further, but it's right around this level here. Like I said, the high 480s to like low 490s. So it's hovering somewhere around here. I'm pretty sure it's going to go back up and fill this gap. When it's going to do that, we don't know. So we just have to try and follow the charts. But like I said, I'll be looking to play this to the upside, and I would get my alerts set on Adobe. So let's talk about how I did for the week. I actually had two losses this week. I lost $210 on QQQ, and I also lost 300 on NVIDIA. So it did set me back. However, I still had a profitable week. So I'm definitely grateful for that. Speaking of NVIDIA as well, NVIDIA has, I think it's a couple-day event going on this week, similar to like the Tesla event, but they have, an investor type event this week. It kicks off on, I believe it's the 18th. So you want to keep an eye on NVIDIA too. Any kind of new information that comes out might send the stock spiraling up or down. So definitely put NVIDIA on watch just to see exactly how the stock responds to the event that they have coming up this week. Right now, NVIDIA was down, still is down. It's definitely still in the 880s range, coming from, I would say, where it was at a high, it was around 935, edging towards that 1,000 mark that everybody is looking to see it hit. You have a lot of people that have calls right around that price range of $1,000. Hopefully it does get to that. I tried to play it this week and it didn't work out in my favor. Stock is highly volatile, but I'll definitely be watching it this week to see exactly what's going on. Next up on our list, we have a preview of earnings. So this week we have Nike reporting. We have Xpeng. We have Lululemon, which is kind of like a competitor to Nike in terms of gym clothes. Then we have Micron Technology, which is another chip maker. We also have General Mills, which is reporting this week. So we're not going to dive too deep into earnings, but some of the companies that I'd be looking at keenly would be Micron for sure. Um, Ticker symbol is MU. I'll definitely be looking at Micron. If we go ahead and take a look at Micron right now over max time, the company has returned like 212%. Um, it's a chip maker, so I'm pretty sure they're going to try to come out with some type of AI information or AI play. You know, now if you say anything to do with AI, the stock just goes crazy. Hopefully that happens. Um, but they're going to be reporting on, it's going to be on March 20th. So March 20th after hours. So this is going to be like Wednesday after hours. So you guys are going to have some room to play there. So that's going to be Micron. And we also got Night coming up. Um, I owned, years ago, I owned Nike. I kind of got rid of it. Didn't really like the performance of the stock. Um, it's one of those, slow burning stocks. Over max time, though, it's up 1,634%. Nike is now currently around $99.72 per share. They'll be reporting on March 21st after hours. So that's going to be on Thursday after close. So that's another opportunity that you guys could play. Um, and then lastly, as far as triggers go, we have two this week. Like I told you guys before, we have Powell speaking on Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. So expect extreme volatility. I would say somewhere around lunchtime. Once people start getting lunch and they realize, oh, Powell's speaking around 2:30, you're gonna start seeing the reactions. This guy has the power to like build up the market or totally like destroy it for a couple of days when he speaks. So this is definitely going to be a big trigger event. You guys want to pay attention to that. Then on Thursday, we have the jobless claims at 8:30, and this is before market. Again, this is something that could definitely affect the direction that the market goes when it opens on Thursday. So pay attention to this and just be ready. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I would say make sure you have your cash on hand, ready to do your trades. If you're one of those people who have like an account that has a limit in terms of, how much you could trade, then I would suggest you cherish those day trades. Make sure you check them on Robinhood. Make sure you have the right amount of days. Uh, don't get flagged as a day trader because once the account is flagged, it's not like before. They won't allow you to go back. There's no reset period like 90 days or 60 days or whatever it was before. So just pay attention to that. But have plenty of cash on hand. Do your research. Do not emotional trade. And that's very important. All right. That's it for this video, guys. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll be putting out a video with a more in-depth dive on earnings coming up this week. The ones that I think will be meaningful will be the ones that I mentioned, but also you want to use your resources and check every single one. All right. Thanks again for watching the video. Please go ahead and like the video so you can get the video out to other people so they can watch it. That really supports the channel and I appreciate it a lot. Have a good day. Peace.